Alright guys, I'm going to use this video instead. I just made one video and it didn't work very well, so now that I have my flash on, this works better. So I replaced the dash pot. I called Holly. They had no idea what the heck this was even called at all. And even though it is a Holly 2300 carburetor, 2-barrel carburetor, they had no idea. But I did get there is a carb rebuild kit on it. So everything inside is redone. And other than that, you know, these bushings that go in right here, those are bad, at least on this side, because I mean there is a lot of play there, and I don't like that at all, at all. You can also see I did get new springs down there. I don't understand. I was playing around with springs, seeing about 2 springs on there, because it comes with 2 springs. I don't like that. I just like this one because that's what actually was on it. But I fixed that and it works great now. But I still have a problem with my idler screw needs to go in a little bit, because once it warms up and this is wide open, it doesn't want to run right, because it gets too low in RPM. So, but other than that, I got my dash pot fixed. When I did this, I was told, apparently the car manufacturer, the space between there and the throttle stop plate here has to be, what, a 64th of an inch? Or something like that. I can't remember. 16th, I don't, whatever. It works. But I adjusted it to its specifications. It runs great now. It doesn't stall out anymore. So I'm assuming that's what kind of helped my problem. The problem I am also having, though, when I switch it into gears, it thuds a lot. It jolts really bad. And also, until the transmission or anything gets warmed up, it doesn't want to shift right. It's got a lag in the shifting. So I don't know if my shift module is bad or what. But then again, I am starting it and running it right away, and it doesn't have a lot of time to warm up. Also, I need to get a master brake cylinder rebuild kit. My brakes are slowly going out, so I'm either going to try and just bleed the brakes, which I don't think that's quite what's wrong with it, but at the same time, I'm going to try it, and I probably should do a master rebuild kit just for safety, because it is a big safety item. I'd rather stop than move, just saying. I can always push the car down the hill, but I can't stop it. Other than that, yeah, there's not a whole lot left to do. I finally got my choke somewhat set right. In the actual factory AMC Rambler Ambassador owner's manual, it says to pump the throttle once, all the way back, and then start it. And it literally, I've got it dialed in very well now to the point where it'll crank over after like first 2 cranks. I mean, it's just a, yeah. Other than that, I need to get a timing light on it still, and I've got brand new hoses for everything. Like, there's a vacuum, and I don't know if my booster works or not. I can't tell because my brakes suck, but it is drivable, so. But that's probably bad too. But I got all new lines for my brake. Sorry, now I can't speak. For my master brake cylinder, the booster pump, and I got all new vacuum hoses that go everywhere. So, and I need to shorten this hose up. That's ridiculous. I don't even know why I have that there. That's forever long. This is your PCV valve. I've got a brand new one of those, and I got new line that goes back into the that joint down there. So I got new line there. This line that I have to my distributor advance is like plastic. It's not even rubber, and it was actually sold to me as carburetor advance, or distributor advance tubing, and I don't like it at all. So I'm gonna go out and get some different tubing, because that stuff just absolutely sucks. I also got a tachometer for this car. I just went to Harbor Freight and bought a cheap one. Actually, I've been thinking about whether or not I'm just going to mount it somewhere inside the actual engine somewhere. Because really, I I don't need to see it while I'm driving right now or anything, and if I'm going to put that kind of tachometer in it, I'm going to want a real nice one. The tachometer is probably just going to be like a momentary thing, so I mean, I may try and figure out how to bolt it into something like that on a bracket or anything. That way it's just a lot easier for me to run and test it on. And then I'm also going to get a booster vacuum gauge too. I'll probably, like I said, I'm going to try and mount them like into here somewhere, just so that they're there. And then once I get the engine running great, I'm just going to take them out. Actually, I see 2 bolt holes right here that I might use. I might try and use those instead. Other than that, it's still leaking oil down here out of that gasket, especially in the back. It looks, actually, wow, that looks pretty dry for today. But I'm going to change the gasket. I think what's wrong with it is there's a pinch in it down there, and so I'm just going to rotate the gasket so it's up on top, and that way it hopefully will quit leaking on me. Other than that, not sure what else to say about it right now. It needs cleaned really bad, and I think, like I said before, I may end up doing a whole engine overhaul on all new everything, new pistons, you name it, inside this engine. And then when I do that, I'm just going to bead blast everything. I'm going to bead blast the block, the heads, the intake, the exhaust. Actually, I may even get new headers for it instead of the manifold to bolt on thing that's on it, the stock. I don't like that, and who knows, I may make it louder, I may make it quieter, I don't know. Yeah, I want to maybe do it silver with red tops or something, or if I do repaint it all, I'll just repaint it all the factory Vigilante red. Yeah, so other than that, any more comments or questions? I know I had one guy give me, or 2 guys now give me comments. I love comments. I told one guy that you know, I plan to buff it and redo all the paint. Hold on, put that back on. I'll show you a quick little snippet that I did. Hold on, get my work light out of the way. You can't really, well, that kind of turned out crappier than, it's really dusty around here, so it got dirty like within the first day, but I mean, you can kind of see the shine on it. Looks a lot better, and that's just with wax on it for 15 minutes. Like I said, I'm a detailer, so that's not even buffing it or anything, and it looks 100 times better. And I think by the time I do end up wet sanding and buffing the entire car, it's going to look brand new. So the only problem I'm going to have is the interior seats look like crap, and then that rear tire on the left side. The one guy made a comment that he thought it might be bent. It's actually not bent, it's just that the tires are so dry rotted and so old, and that tire sat flat for so long that there's actually a crease in it. There's a crease in the actual tire now, and that right there where it's dry rotted, and so it's been leaking air through there. You can actually hear it leaking air sometimes. It's not a lot, but if you get really close to it and you get a really quiet day, you can hear it. So other than that, talked to a guy about getting these chromed. Ridiculously expensive, so I don't know if I'm just going to paint them or what. I also don't know what I want to do with these. I like these. They look cool. They look original and stock, but at the same time, depending on what I do with all the chrome, taking it off, they may go with it. I don't know. Yeah.